Now, the National Assembly's Transport Committee has also been on the aviation workers' strike issue. And we now want to join our reporter Patrick Amimo live in Parliament. Amimo, a very good afternoon to you. We well know that the Parliamentary Committee has been on the front runner in terms of questioning this projected merger between the Kenya Airports Authority and the national carrier Kenya Airways. What is their take in terms of this strike that has just kicked off?
Thank you, Jesse. As you rightly put it, the National Assembly's Public Investments Committee and that of Transport are seized of this particular matter. And in fact, either this afternoon and or tomorrow, that Parliamentary Investments Committee, the Parliament's Public Investments Committee will be tabling its preliminary report on this contentious takeover bid, which it once stopped before because it's of the suspicions it's caused around. But also, in last week we saw the Departmental Committee on Transport in the National Assembly, which is also looking into this particular matter, question these are the Chief Executive Officer of both Kenya Airways and Kenya Airports Authority, and they were of the view that they wanted to see that contract, especially that the privately initiated investment proposal from Kenya Airways, which wants to take over the running or operations of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. It is a matter that the Kenya Aviation Workers Union went to court seeking the stoppage over that proposed merger. And just joining me now is the chairperson of that committee, Honorable David Kosin. You are committees, now that we're looking at a strike in our airport and almost paralyzed operations at our major airports.
Yes. Patrick, I want to appeal, as I said earlier, to the workers that we have heard you, Parliament has heard you, and now that we are seized of the matter, we will address it and we'll also bring them on board. But let me also say this, Patrick, and I'm hoping that the Minister for Transport is hearing me, and also the management of KA. They are the main problem of this strike. The reason being, this proposal, which is PIP, has been shrouded in some secrecy, raising a lot of tension. And I want to tell them, if they have been hiding this proposal, please, I am proposing to them and I'm telling them, share it with the primary customers, which are the employees. Because the employees are fearing three things, which are legitimate. Number one, they are saying this thing is happening in secret. Maybe there are some things which they're hiding, particularly the management of KA and also the ministry. I want to tell them, please share with them so that there's nothing being hidden. Number two, this proposal has been designed outside there that KQ is taking over KA. And therefore, that is why the workers of KA are rightfully and genuinely and legitimately fearing that something is going on. And finally, they are saying, if it is shrouded in secrecy, as it was, then we might wake up one morning and you find that actually you have no job. They have legitimate fears. And that is why I want to appeal to the ministry and the KA that please take this proposal to the primary consumers, which are the employees. And even if they will not do that, because now we have seized of the matter, I want to tell people of Kenya who are listening to me, I have the proposal now as a committee. And I'm going to retreat tomorrow evening. And Saturday, I'll pronounce to the people of Kenya what is this in this animal which people don't want to share. We will share with the public, so they better do it now. And finally, then, therefore, because the workers now know that this thing is coming to Parliament, and I will tell them, no marriage. We have said this to KA, we have said this to the ministry. No marriage between KA and KQ shall happen before the House and Parliament speaks on it. We've said that. And if there's something going on now, that will be an illegality and we will arrest it. So please, workers, the matter is before us. We are asking you, please, go back to your jobs. You will not find yourself jobless. We have the matter. We will take care of you as workers. Please go back to your job. Why? Because KAA is not just an installation. It's a strategic installation for our country. It's a security installation for our country. Let us take the American way. When they went on recess in terms of budget problems, and they were not being paid, those workers thought about their country and proceeded with their country until they got their salary. I'm also asking our workers in KJKI and other installations, please go back to your job. What will assure you as Parliament, no, you will not find yourself jobless in this arrangement of PIPP, which has been shrouded in secrecy. It's no more secret. The information is in Parliament.
Looking at it, you said that your committee also had trouble getting this PIPP, the privately initiated investment proposal, which has been put by the Kenya Airways, and already we've seen even the Kenya Airports Authority raising concerns that it is owed 3.8 billion shillings by Kenya Airways, which now wants to take over operations of the airport, which is a major investment, maybe a major revenue earner for Kenya Airports Authority, where almost 80% of its revenue comes from JKIA, which is on record that is about 9 billion shillings annually. Yet Kenya Airways, a loss-making entity, wants to take over operations of the airport. Your committee's concerns on this?
We have serious concerns, and I want to tell the people of Kenya, once we look at this proposal, now that it is before us, yes, it is true, they lied to us, particularly KA lied to us in November last year. KQ lied to us. And now we are starting from that note that they lied to us. They never accepted to give us the proposal, but now they have given us. You know, Patrick, and to the people of Kenya, Kenyans are also saying, how can a loss-making institution like KQ take over a profit-making institution like KA? That is a very legitimate question. And for us, once now we are seized of the matter, what we have told the people of Kenya, it is true, now everybody knows KQ has been bleeding. And therefore, we are going to look at the veins which are bleeding. And to what we have had so far, and we want to tell the people of Kenya, we will investigate. There are three main veins which are bleeding. Number one is wage bill of KQ. We are being informed, and we want to investigate, and we have written to KQ to give us that the wage bill is very skewed in relation to the resources they are earning. So that is number one. And we have told them, we want also them to declare the top, the heads of departments, how much they are earning, and then we can be able to look at that vein, because that might be the one that is bleeding. Number two is this coal fuel hedging. How did they end up? What is that? What is in that fuel hedging? We need to investigate, because that might be one of the veins that is seriously bleeding. And finally, the ownership of planes in KQ. Kenyans are telling us, please, can you investigate in terms of hiring of planes? Could it be one of the veins that is bleeding? So that we cannot be able to agree, and yet we cannot be able to agree that another institution takes care of another institution which is bleeding. You know what it might mean? It might mean that KA and KQ will also collapse, all of them. So we want to tell the people of Kenya, we are also seized of that matter. And we will not leave any vein uninvestigated. We will investigate all veins. And we want to make sure, and we want to tell the people of Kenya, we will bring you the best information that will take this country forward. And I want to tell them, we are also approaching as a committee from a point of view that KQ is also a strategic resource for our country. We cannot also say, okay, now that we don't care about KQ, that we leave KQ to die. But that is our pride. KQ is the only carrier that carries our flag. When you see it in Singapore, you see it in London, you see it in most of the cities, you feel that you are part of the country. So I want to also say, as Parliament, we are approaching this thing objectively, without emotions. And therefore also, we are also looking at taking care of KQ. And when we are taking care of KQ, we must, first of all, seal the bleeding veins.
Yes, looking at it, we saw the CS Transport Macharia early in the morning trying to say that those workers who went on strike and paralyzed operations at the airport, it's like it threatened them to say that maybe they should consider themselves sacked. I don't know, as a committee, which is also expecting to meet these unionizable employees. What is your response to this CS approach to this standoff? You see,
we have said this, and we want to tell them, please, when you're addressing this matter is very emotional. And I'll ask the CS and also Anderson, the leadership of KA, don't have what you call high-handedness in handling this issue. Please don't be protagonist. Please let us approach this issue in a very human way. Those workers, I will tell them, and as a person and as a chair of this committee, I will tell them, let the CS hear me and the people of Kenya that those workers have legitimate fears. I will tell you, Patrick, and even if it was going to be me. For example, do you want to wake up one morning and you find that you have no job because KQ has taken over KA?
Well, all right, our senior parliamentary reporter right there, Patrick Amimo.